Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm a certified hypnotist of about 7 years with the National Guild of Hypnotists, and I'm working on this channel to explain to you a little bit more about hypnosis, to familiarize you a little bit more with it, and I'm also doing free sessions that I'm putting on this channel. I stream them on my Twitch channel live. So first and foremost, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I have so many people ask me, can I be hypnotized? Well, it's a naturally occurring state. We all go through it hundreds of times every day. It's a tool that every one of us has as a human being. So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. It is not a form of mind control, and you are in control at all times. And a lot of people ask me, how do I know I'm in hypnosis? Well, there are a lot of times that you're in hypnosis throughout the day, hundreds of them. For example, when you're driving a car, if you've ever been, on the road and you forget the last couple minutes of the drive because your mind was so focused on something else, or if you miss your exit on the highway or something like that, reading a book where you're so engrossed in the story that you kind of tune out your environment. Watching a movie is the same way. A lot of times doing artwork or something, data entry or something where you can kind of let your mind go and you just think freely about things. Another way people experience it, or that I like to explain it, is it's a type of autopilot. Do you ever find yourself doing things and you don't even consciously think about them, and then you're like, wait, how did I get that done? Oh, it's muscle memory. It's subconscious. Your subconscious is taking care of it. Your conscious mind doesn't even have to be present to think about it. And a lot of times, if you've ever left the house and you're like, oh, did I unplug the iron? Well, a lot of times it's because you subconsciously did it. It's something you do every day and you don't have to consciously think about it. And then, many times you're like, oh, did I close the garage door? Did I shut off the light? And all those things, because you're not having to consciously think about those things when you do them. It's just subconscious to just flip off the light switch, or to unplug the iron, or to close the garage door. And there's something that happens all the time, so you don't really have to consciously think about it. Another way I like to explain it is extreme state of focus. Even, working on a piece of art, when you get really involved in it and you're like, oh, I like how that color is, or something like that, and you just get so involved, engrossed in what you're doing. Those are all states of hypnosis. It's alpha brainwave. If you've ever done meditation or yoga, those are alpha brainwave too, but they're different in the purpose behind them. Meditation, you tend to want to focus your mind on one thing, or blank everything out of your mind, silence your mind in a way. Whereas hypnosis, if it's a wandering mind is encouraged. And that's an important piece of the puzzle I want people to understand. A lot of people wonder, how am I going to experience it? How do I know I'm going into hypnosis? Well, here's a couple tips. A lot of times people will have, scratches, itches, and they're like, oh, I have to scratch that itch or something like that. A lot of people, will go into coughing fits, believe it or not. I've known people to go into sneezing fits. A lot of people will cry. These are all just, we call it an abreaction. It's basically an emotional release, an energy release. Your body is just releasing something as you're going into this deeper trance type state. Another point I want to make is you do go into hypnosis when you're going, you go through all 6 levels while you're going into sleep, and then again when you're coming back out of sleep. So it's a very naturally occurring state, and I think a lot of people don't understand what hypnosis is, or think that it's something it's not, because they're so used to doing that they don't realize, yeah, that's all it is. And in hypnosis, in these sessions that I'm doing on this channel, basically I'm just reading to you. But if you follow along with the suggestions, I always like to tell people, my viewers, if you come to at the end of the session and you feel really relaxed, maybe you don't want to open your eyes, or you don't want to move, or you just feel relaxed, like you want to go lay down and go to bed, that means you are hypnotized, because you are essentially allowing yourself to take on the suggestions of relaxing your body. And it really is that simple. One term I find myself using a lot with viewers is expectation is the enemy of hypnosis. A lot of people expect something that they don't end up experiencing in the chair while in a hypnosis session with a facilitator. And so they think, oh, I wasn't hypnotized, because it wasn't what they expected. And I want to make that point because it's so important. I have so many people tell me, my mind was present the whole time, so I just really don't think I'm the hypnosis type, or I really don't think it did anything for me, when they're not realizing what the state of hypnosis is. Maybe they didn't go as deep as they expected to go. Maybe they expected their conscious mind to check out completely, and that's another point. Your conscious mind could stick around the entire session. That does not mean that you're not hypnotized. For some sessions, in fact, I prefer the client's mind stick around the whole time because I will be asking them questions and having them respond to me in private session, of course, not during these hypnosis sessions. If your mind checks out, your conscious mind checks out once in a while, it just means you go to a deeper level, which for the most part, for most sessions, is not necessary. If your conscious mind checks out completely and you don't come back till the very end of the session, that just means you went to a deeper level. So even if your conscious mind sticks around, do not let that deter you, and don't have any expectations. Just go into it experiencing whatever you experience. And like I said, it's going to be different for every single person. Even I experience it differently, many different times. There are times I've, teared up a little bit. There have been times I completely ugly cried. There are times I broke into a sneezing fit. It's basically your body just releasing energy. And when you are going into that relaxed state and following suggestions of releasing stress, of course, your body's going to have something, it's releasing in some way. It's got to release that energy in some way. It's a good idea to have water during and after a hypnosis session because hypnosis tends to release a lot of toxins in your body, and it's so important to flush those out. And you're not going to flush those out with tea or soda or coffee or anything like that. Basically, if you wouldn't take a shower in it, it's not going to cleanse you. So you don't, water is what you would prefer to drink, and it releases a lot of toxins in your body. If you've ever had a massage and you felt slightly nauseous afterward or headachy or something like that and you weren't drinking water, they're always telling you drink water because they're releasing a lot of toxins in your body with a massage, and it's important to flush those toxins out. It's the same way with hypnosis, only it's not somebody physically pushing on muscles to release that. So that's a little bit about hypnosis and why I decided to start this channel. I hope you enjoy these sessions. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell for notifications, and enjoy.